So what I love about the foyer is someone's telling me she needs some water. Hold please. Okay. Oh no, you're good. We use our foyer as a foyer and a mudroom. We don't have a formal mudroom, so we just decided to turn this massive foyer into one. In the original house, this was the house, and this was the garage and a little guest house. We took them and combined them. So we took what was once an exterior door to the guest house and just put an interior door on it. And then this whole wall that you're gonna see in a minute here, we opened this up to kind of bring the foyer into the living room. And there used to be all wall here and a small exterior door here. So got rid of that baby, added that one. And this is our garage door here. And then you can see the second set of these doors. I feel like I'm gonna let the dogs out. Do you guys wanna go outside? You gonna go? We added the patio. There used to be a pool. I'll show you that in a bit. And one of the things that I love that we did here was the exterior of the house. We had to replace everything. The craziest thing, we have done so many different renovations. This is the first renovation we've ever done where on our insurance it literally says built in 2021 because we replaced literally everything except for like the studs of the house. So this is all new. We did new board and batten outside, and then I continued that board and batten into the inside. Oh, here she goes. So it would feel kind of like an exterior space because it once was an exterior space. Come on in, Bonnie. She wants to be on the tour. So you can see how the board and batten just kind of flows right from outside to in. I love seamless transitions that kind of blend indoor and outdoor like that. So I wanted this to kind of feel exterior, so I got these lights, which are sort of an exterior vibe, and we kept the original slate floors. Everyone always asks me what these are. They're the original slate, and it's this kind of crazy old like aggregate. They're not actually dirty. They're sort of like brown and tan stones in there. It's sort of an aggregate in the grout line here. And I love it because it gives it so much patina and history and character. If I were to buy new floors, these would be what I would put in here. Okay, let's talk about our quote unquote built-in situation. First of all, it's not built in, it's actually a piece of furniture. We got these online, they were such a deal. They've been discontinued. I would have bought more for other projects. Sad, sad thing. So this company should still make them. But what we have here is you can see 6 cubbies. So we've got 5 kids, and then there's me, so I get a cubby. And then Dave over here, he has a lot of kind of like indoor, outdoor, kind of more like grosser yard chores. So he gets this whole armoire here. This ends up being sort of like a catch-all for everything, but he's got the bottom for shoes, got the shelf here for coats, and sort of like returns, that kind of thing. This thing is awesome, having it in here. I just cannot tell you how much I love our foyer. It's one of my favorite spaces. When it snows, awesome. I just stick a laundry basket there, send the kids out, keeps everyone organized. For mudroom function, I either like an open hanging cubby or a closed door with hanging still, in there. And then I love a drawer. We don't really wear shoes in the house, so I love for everybody to be able to have a drawer for their shoes, which is great. And then I love this one. This is actually funny. I initially wanted to get a taller set of cubbies, but Dave accidentally ordered a shorter set, and then it worked out perfectly because then I have this space to display our collection. Another thing people ask me about a lot is this pile of baskets. What do we use them for? This is one of my favorite picking baskets. These we'll use for like food kind of serving, and I'll use these in the garden picking herbs. I honestly rarely touch the bottom baskets at this point in my life, but we use them in various, we have more of them, and we use them all over the house for like laundry, toy corralling, that kind of thing. But I really only use like the first 3 or 4 baskets at this point. Butterfly. Little white one right here. All right, I can't wait to tell you more about this garden in a bit. But yeah, oh, and the other reason we really fell in love with this house. So this house is gonna be torn down, and we saw that it could be this amazing house kind of just as it was. We did not add any square footage. We just renovated the existing house. But one of the things we fell in love with was when you walk in the front door, and then we put the glass doors in front and back, you can see right through. You guys have to check this out. There's just this beautiful pasture view. We can see, I wanna say like 3 or 4 different properties. This is an equestrian neighborhood, so some of these people have horses. What we really tried to do sort of throughout this house was open up views to the back. You're gonna see more of that when I take you inside. All right, so come on in. This is the new opening to the living room. Some of you may remember the conversation pit, rest in peace. We did decide to get rid of it. I am very glad we did now. I definitely had a part of me that wanted to just go with it, and I knew it would be fun to hang out in there, but the other part of me knew how we live functionally. I wanted a really nice big dining table that could be open to the rest of the house. So we filled this baby in. I don't know if you guys remember. So there used to be steps down here. This whole section in front of the fireplace was conversation pit. It was lined with carpeting, and there were sides, you know, little couches that were made out of carpet that you could sit in. And then this was actually an exterior wall here that we took down, and there was a sliding door here that we also removed. And this was a little screened-in porch where I'm standing. So it was kind of disconcerting because there was a glass window here, and so you'd be in here and you look out and your view was a brick wall, and that kind of drove me crazy. So now it's open, and this little area, I don't get to hang out here much, but when I do, I feel like my life is really together. There's a couple places in our house that are like that. I just love it. There's like the little bar, and then this is this super comfortable chair. You can have a glass of wine here and kind of sit and look around. I think the last time I did that was maybe a snow day, so it's been too long. I love this spot. This is our little bar that I think you've seen now, and maybe this is our fourth house we've had the little bar in. And you probably recognize actually a lot of the furniture. Let's come over here. This is that tried and true old Anthropology sofa, and it's got a lot of dog bites on the wood, and we're just trying to keep her alive at this point. It's a very different faded color than it was originally when we got it, but still love it. Just kind of gets better with age. Now it actually looks vintage. We've messed it up so much. And then this is one of my favorite chairs. I think you've probably seen this in my bedroom a lot, in other houses. This is from Giannetti Home, one of my favorite chairs. And this is our, I think, is this the one new thing we bought for this house? This is the one new thing. Actually, we bought it for the next house, but it came now. So yeah, this is the new thing. I think it's so it's an African door coffee table, and it just adds a lot of patina. It's very similar to the littler coffee table that we had that was also vintage, but just a little bit bigger because we have a little bit more space in the next house. And this is the lady sofa, machine washable, slip cover. I love it, and it's really comfortable. And I could just sit here and hang out with you all and talk. I don't really get to sit here much either now that I think about it. Maybe I'll just use this tour to sit in all the places I never really hang out in. So here is the front set of windows, and they are non-operable. And we did not change the size of these, right, babe? We did not change the size, just the style of them. We did the grid, which I thought was really pretty and kind of modern feeling in here. Throughout this whole time, we've been calling this house the Horse Country Modern property because we've got all the horses in the neighborhood, but it has that little bit of 70s modern to it. Oh, and when we took this out, one of the biggest challenges in here was we had to add these pieces and try to get them to match the old pieces. These were originally a dark stain, so we sanded them down because I kind of like in my own personal homes a little bit less contrast for a more sort of mellow, relaxed, quieter feel. So we had, oh my gosh, Carmichael Construction, who did the renovation. They were so patient. We had stain put on here, stain sanded down, and then a little bit more put on, and a little bit more sanded down just to get it so it was almost the perfect match. And normal people, when they come in, cannot tell. I can tell because I'm crazy, but I think when if you were to come in for the first time, people don't notice, which is awesome. All right, dining room, as you know, old conversation pit. We got so lucky in here with where this hearth was located. It was located above the floor line, which is amazing, and the guys just cut around the stone and pulled the hardwood floor up to it. That could have been a nightmare if that hearth was lower. We had to, well, not a nightmare, but it would have been expensive, and so we really didn't have to spend anything here. This is the original lava stone that came with the house. You'll notice it's also on the front of the house. Super 70s throwback, I love it. And you will see that I use more lava stone elsewhere in the house. We did nothing to it other than vacuum, so it's just cleaned. It's probably dirty again because we've lived here for so long. One of the things that is different about this dining room as opposed to normal dining rooms is I do not have a chandelier or pendant above my table. I was waiting for I don't know how many months, all the supply chain issues, for the light fixture to arrive, and I realized that I liked it better without it. So I was able to do nice big arrangements and just the open flow. I realized I didn't want something coming down, creating sort of a focal point and calling your attention to it. So no light fixture in here. There is a little cap, so the new homeowners could add one if they want to, but I did not want one, so that's a little different here. We just use these spots at night, and the other thing that's cool about not having a light fixture is we light candles a ton now because you kind of need them. So it's just a little bit different, a little bit slower, and I love it. So then coming over here, if you remember, this was where you would walk in with that exterior door to the outside, and that is gone now. This was sort of the foyer. We sanded these down. We left the original railings, which I loved, and just painted them white and sanded down the wood. It's really soft and smooth, no splinters. Did an awesome job. This is, don't look too closely, this is my little pile of dying plants. And that's where I take all my food pictures because it's a really cool zinc top. I'll take you down that hallway in a bit. I am standing in the dance floor. This is where we have our dance parties. This used to be the dining room. There was the conversation bit. There was a wall here, kind of like a mirrored wall, and you would walk into the kitchen here. So now that's opened up, and this is the kitchen. I think if you followed me for a while, you probably see a lot of stuff in the kitchen. We are loving it. We are cooking a ton in here, and it's great. So come on in. The cabinetry is from my collection with Unique Kitchens and Baths. This is the Arcadia collection. It is incredible. I know you've seen parts of it during install, but I just need you to look at this beauty now that the kitchen is all put together. I love it so much. The owners, Tanya and David, are incredible. And David and his craftspeople, if you kind of look at this, so this is white oak. If you look, each plank follows all the way through to all, what is that, 4 pieces here. So these are really, really long boards, which is incredible. So if you look, you're literally following the same piece of white oak. That's how our cabinets are designed to be. That was really important to me because if you didn't do that, it could be sort of a checkerboard look. So I was really excited when it came out this well. She's just gonna follow me around and like groan the whole time. You just want attention, huh? So if you look at that, it's just really, really beautiful. We went with this is the 5-inch plank. So this is the 5-inch plank. It comes 3, 4, 5, and I think 6 Arcadia. And this is white oak in our raw finish, which I love because it basically just, you know when like wood is just cut and that color is the perfect color, but then you put even a natural stain on it, it becomes darker and it's not right. Yeah, so we didn't want that to happen. So we literally have a stain that looks as if it's totally raw, which I'm so excited about. And I will give you sort of a real tour of how this kitchen functions. It's a super functional kitchen. It's one of my favorites, but it does not have an island, which I almost always do because it was too narrow for one. So what we have going on is 2 peninsulas. We have this one going into the great room area, and we have another peninsula over here going into our little family room. I think the original stove and range were on this wall, I want to say, and then I think was the fridge there. I think so. We added this window, right? I know we added a couple windows. I honestly can't really quite remember what was here, but I think there was a window, but now we've done 2 symmetrical windows. When I start with designing a kitchen, I will usually take the range and put it on the widest wall to create a focal point out of it, which is what we did here. And I wanted lots of light and I love the views, so I took the range and then put 2 symmetrical windows on either side of it. And then I will next take the sink. I like my sink to be perpendicular to my range. If there's an island, I will usually keep my island clear because I like to be cooking and then chop, and pivot and go there. I don't have that right now. So right now I'm kind of like, which way do I go? So sometimes I chop here, as you've probably seen in videos, and other times I chop over here. But what I like about keeping the sink perpendicular to the range is it creates another really beautiful focal point. When there's a window, which there was in this kitchen, actually I think there was like a small window. This is sort of the eating area, but we had the opportunity to put a window in. I was so excited. And so we put one of these in. Oh gosh. Do I have customers? Hello? I do. I have little customers. They're out there. What are you guys doing? Yeah? Get them. Okay, this is just this view makes us so happy. And really our goal was to open up to that view wherever we could. So we took a huge window here. This is the 9-foot window here. And then we put, as you'll see from the outside, a little bar where the kids, or we can sit there. I've never sat there though. I'm usually serving. Put a little bar here. But I love doing, back to kind of like my whole like general layout. I like taking the sink on its own wall, putting it under a window if you can, and then I like to take a separate area and put the refrigerator near the microwave. That's just kind of how I work. I kind of need the sink and the range, and then the kids, I feel like, and people are coming in, sort of fridge microwave, and they don't interrupt my flow. This is the first time I've had the opportunity. I guess it's not the first time. One of our houses we had it. Okay, let's scratch that. I haven't had this in a while, and I love making these really cool sort of armoires for appliances and kind of a big pantry in the kitchen. So I will show you our armoire. This is kind of not so pretty how I've got it organized inside, but it's very, very functional. We have got our appliances in here, which is great. So you can use them, get messy, and then shove it away. And then I've got sort of pantry stuff up here. I've got teacups. I've got like Flintstone vitamins and all these random kind of, honey, peanut butter, all of that. And it can all just kind of get tucked away. So I love it. Definitely doing it in my next kitchen. Don't want to do without this again. And then another cool thing I had fun with in this kitchen was playing with sort of different sized drawers. And I did a really shallow top drawer here. This is a 5-incher. Sorry, the kids are the ones who put this stuff away, but it's got all of our dish rags in it, and I love it. And then we have snack drawers down here. If you look through the kitchen, I am mostly drawers. I'm kind of a drawer person in general. In both corners, I have used my space. We've got a Super Susan in here. I definitely don't like dead space in a kitchen, so I stick with it. I've actually used this stuff in there a lot, olive oil and vinegar and that kind of thing. And then this one doesn't open from two sides. We didn't have the space, so I stick things that, like glycerin, things I rarely need for like certain projects or something. In that corner, I have the sink on this wall and double dishwashers. There are 7 of us. If you have a big family and can fit it in your kitchen, I highly recommend doing 2 dishwashers. It has made life a lot easier. One of the coolest parts of our kitchen is this little drawer. It's a step stool, so check that out. I feel very lucky. I don't know if it's luck or sheer will. Our kids do the dishes, so that was really important for me. I was getting hit all the time with the step stool. We would walk up and our shins were constantly getting bruised by the step stool. So we talked to Unique Kitchens and Baths and said, hey, can we please make a step stool drawer? And so it had special, what are they called? Special glides that can handle, I think, 75 pounds on each side. So that's awesome for the kids and for us as well. Countertops. I get a lot of questions about these countertops. They are basalt lava stone. If you look, they are literally the same sort of kind of greeny charcoal tone that is in the stone we have on our house. And I couldn't believe that when we went looking for countertops. I think I did a video about that. So we love them, love them. We did the sink out of the exact same material just to keep it seamless and flowing. I will show you lava stone, and people ask me, oh, what's the maintenance? We don't do anything, but it's just like any sort of raw natural stone, like a limestone. If you pour water on it, you're gonna see the water until it comes up. If you pour oil on it, you'll see the oil on it until it's evaporated. So if you wanted to see no lines or no olive oil water at all, you would just oil it and like wax it like you would a soapstone, but then it would get a lot darker. So I like this sort of greeny gray color, but if people are not into oil spots and waiting for them to go away, they could oil it. But we really do love it. We've got our trash here, got junk drawer number 1, and my favorite little junk drawer, okay, which I'll show you, which is mostly just like pens and pencils that I find all over the house. I don't know about you guys, but we have a junk. This is make me sound crazy because I am. It's good for you to know. The rule in our junk drawer that is not always followed is if it didn't come out of the junk drawer, you can't put it in the junk drawer. I try to keep it pretty organized if I can. But this drawer is an example of playing with drawer sizes, and I really enjoyed it in this house. So I think in the next one, I'm going to start making smaller drawers for specific things. This peninsula here is a really favorite spot of ours. So I keep like vases in here, and then do like plates in there. Again, that's a funny drawer size. It's more shallow, so it works really well for like plates and bowls. And then we have the area underneath that has our bowls from our collection with Wear Clay. And I love it because I can just grab my salad bowl or pasta bowl and it's right there. So this is our second peninsula. We've got 3 chairs there, 3 chairs here. And I find what we end up doing is dragging some chairs over there or dragging chairs over here. And we do a lot of like antipasto, like charcuterie type stuff. So we all kind of gather around one of these peninsulas, and I never know which one it's going to be. This is our family room. We probably spend, besides the kitchen, most of our time in here. I will show you how pretty this is. Such a great indoor-outdoor space. I love. Hello, Cole. Hi, sir. Hi, sir. You've seen these 4 chairs, probably if you've followed me for a while, in a few houses by now. They come everywhere with us. We love them. We kept the original fireplace. I don't think my mother-in-law likes it, but we really did love it. It just had that kind of great, kind of earthy 70s kind of putty color. Originally I was going to stucco it, but then as the renovation was happening, I loved the warmth that added to the space. And we added the windows on either side of it, which made a huge difference. Again, those really beautiful views of the back pastures, we love them. And this wall is one of the things that changed the house the most. I think there was like a small door here, maybe a small slider over there, but we just opened it up. It's the entire wall. I think it's a 15 or 16 foot window here, so huge window. And we added this patio. Come on out. Hello, puppies. Hello, puppies. Added this patio. There used to be a pool here. I wish we could still have a pool, but it was in such bad shape that we would have had to take and put a new one in, and pools are years on a waiting list right now. So we just got rid of the pool, but now we have this great backyard and patio here. So brought our old furniture over, and I'll show you what's left of my vegetable garden. But the deer kind of had at it this summer while we were at the beach. So I'm gonna have to try better for a fall garden. But you can kind of see here, they kind of left my herbs alone. So lavender and rosemary and oregano and basil did okay, but I've gotten 2 tomatoes this year. So, and way more than 2 tomatoes. Added this patio. There used to be a pool here. I wish we could still have a pool, but it was in such bad shape that we would have had to take and put a new one in, and pools are years on a waiting list right now. So we just got rid of the pool, but now we have this great backyard and patio here. We brought our old furniture over, and I'll show you what's left of my vegetable garden. But the deer kind of had at it this summer while we were at the beach. So I'm gonna have to try better for a fall garden. But you can kind of see here, they kind of left my herbs alone. So the lavender and rosemary and oregano and basil did okay, but I've gotten 2 tomatoes this year. So, and then way more than 2 tomatoes. I remember for so long debating about the chicken situation. We ended up leaving our chickens at our old house that we're moving when it's done being renovated, because they had such a good coop set up there, and it's right around the corner. So the chickens stayed there. We go see them every day. And the barn is just like a spot that the kids play in and hang out in. From here, you can kind of see where there's the main house here, and then the guest house and garage over here. And you can see sort of the breezeway here. And we also have an upper room that links the 2 spaces. So that's our office. I'll show you in a bit. But we use this lower space of the old guest house as our library. Kids play games in there. That is one of my favorite rooms in the house. This changed so much. Was there just a small door coming out the back originally? I can't remember. But we added a huge 12-foot sliding door here, and then we also added the transom above it. I think it's like 4 feet tall, so it's huge to really add light in the room and kind of give some visual height to the windows and make it feel cool. Made a huge difference. I'll show you the bar while we're out here. This is such a fun space. You know, I never did this. One of my goals was to have margaritas sitting here, and today it's Friday. It'll be fun. And I'll have kids serve it to me from inside. Oh, I probably can't say that on the internet, right? Now I'm gonna hear about it. It's fun though. We'll do like hot cocoa when it's snowing, and we've had birthday parties here, and another table here, which has also been really nice for kids' parties and that kind of thing. Alrighty, we'll come back. So here it is from here. I just love this. This is when life feels good, when these doors are open, and it's so great that it's September now, and we can have the doors open and look at my sad little garden, maybe plant some new things. That's one of the easiest houses we've ever lived in. It's just so indoor, outdoory. We really tried to transition and just put windows and doors wherever we could, and it's just such a good way to live. I love it. I will look back very fondly on our time here. So it's our family room. Oh, and there's no TV you'll see in our family room. What we do is we keep a projector behind that chair there, and we pull it out, sit it on this table, and pull down our little driftwood and watch movies on the white wall here. Oh yes, and the toy kitchen. So the girls do a lot of cooking there in the toy kitchen, but this is one of my favorite rooms. So we all kind of pile in the chairs, watch movies in here, have a fire. We've got a ton of fires in that fireplace. And come on down to this hall here, and this is our powder room. Okay, here is our powder room. We put just that inexpensive T111 on the walls. I love doing wood paneling on the walls, especially in powder rooms, because it's really private. You can't hear anything outside. People feel more comfortable. I don't remember where I got this piece of furniture, but I got this dough bowl from Atmosphere, and they're incredible. It is actually made out of concrete. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to wash my hands in it because I get lots of questions. How do you turn the water on without it splashing everywhere? So I have really good water pressure. I'm going to show you. You hear that, right? You see that? Okay. And I'm going to wash my hands. The soap smells really good too. I don't know. It doesn't spray everywhere. Don't know what to tell you, but it works and I love it. And come check this out. It's so pretty. This is also Atmosphere. It's so pretty. And something that people think is funny that I love. This is a blurry mirror. You are distorted when you look in it. You cannot see what you actually look like. And I feel like that's sort of a statement about our house. So you're here, we're having fun. Who cares what we all look like? Get out and have fun. It's like a fun house mirror. Ooh. And I'm gonna show you our laundry room next. It is tiny, but it packs a punch. It's super functional. It's a little smaller than my last laundry room, for some reason slightly more functional. Maybe because it being small has forced me to make it super functional. But I just have these shelves here. We keep our laundry detergent hidden in here so it's pretty. More of those baskets that I have everywhere. And just a really simple drying rack here. And this is where we keep our dirty laundry, of which there is very little of right now, which means, let's say I have no dirty laundry, like a little bit, and it's Friday, and we're having margaritas, and I feel like this is a very good day. So let's finish this tour and get on with our weekend. We're not in the basement right now. That'll be a homework day. I'm sure there's a bunch of Legos around. Come up the stairs here. You probably recognize this piece, this tapestry. It's my favorite Jesus tapestry that we got from a friend of ours with an antique shop for a very good deal. That's probably, you know, when they say you could save one thing from a fire in your house, it would probably be that for me. All right, so this is the overlook from upstairs looking into our great room. Kind of give you a view here. I just love how open this house is. Again, these are those sanded down beams that we did, which made such a difference for lower contrast in the house. Loved it. I will take you there next. That leads to the guest house, which is now a part of our house. I'm gonna take you into my son's room. It's not really decorated, it's trashed. Don't look too closely. This is our oldest, our high schooler, and just kind of stuff from the old house. It's trashed in here always, but did you make the bed? We made the bed for him today, for you. But he's gonna hear about that later. So, all right, so coming down here, this hallway, we have This is his bathroom that he uses. And no windows in here, just a really nice kind of good size functional bathroom. I haven't even hung the mirror yet, I just realized. And coming into here is the girls' bedroom. This room I love. The girls love it. They play so well in here. It's the owl wallpaper. I don't know if you remember that from the videos when we were installing it, but the girls just love it. Our little girl, like, they just have so much fun in here. This is Rory's bed. This is Dalesy's bed, and I don't know, they just play tons of games right on the floor here. I feel like this is their favorite little spot. These are the old Serena and Lily beds that we've had for however long. This is a rug from our shop, a vintage rug from Lauren Lease & Co. This is an antique pine dresser piece that we've had for a while. And I just put some of my favorite little antique paintings in here. So I love those decks. They used to be in our foyer. And then just a really cool little landscape here. And I have to show you these. They have the cutest little doll beds here that kind of match their beds. I love them. I wish they would play with the dolls more. Here's Avi, the avocado. I'll show you their closets. So what did we do here? We made these closets got to become bigger, actually, which is why you're going to see how deep they are. So here, Avi. They're pretty deep, and so we keep our older daughter's stuff on this side, and then we just did really simple, really inexpensive little closet pieces from IKEA. Same thing on both sides, it's identical, but really, really organized. Love it. But we basically gave extra closet space from our bedroom, you'll see, to this room. So we could get the two closets in for the girls. So we've got one little girl has her closet there, and then they connect in the inside, which is very fun for them. All right, come on into our room now. Okay, let me tell you how this used to work. So this used to be 2 bedrooms. We turned it into one big primary suite. So would have been walking in here, right, to what's now the girls' closets. That would have been walking into this corner bedroom. We changed it so you're walking in here. Am I getting this right? So you're walking in here. So we basically gave part of that corner bedroom to the girls for their big closet, but then we got rid of the wall that was here to make one really big suite. Oh, look, somebody was on the bed. So we got to have this nice big bedroom here. I love the light in this corner bedroom. It's so pretty. I really wanted to have our bedroom and our bed wake up to those pasture views. So we did this huge window here. I think it's this 7 by 7 square, I think, on this window. Really big, beautiful window. Every morning we wake up here, it's like a different painting. Sometimes there's mist. I think there's mist this morning. We see geese landing in the yard, sometimes horses. It's just such a pretty place to wake up to. So we have our bed opposite it, and now my bed's all wrinkled, even though I made it for you. And you probably recognize, if you've seen our old houses, the same furniture we've always had, just a different cantha quilt here. So we cut the primary bedroom in half to give a portion of it to the bedroom, and then we put this wall in here to create our bathroom, which is huge, and I love it. It's like Grand Central Station. Our girls are always in here getting ready in the mornings. Their, stuff is all in here. So we got this really nice big bathroom. We've got the tub here with the pasture views. You might remember that this wood was the original fencing from around the pool. So it was this old, messed up wood. It was green. We cleaned it. We sprayed a bunch of stuff on it, which everyone asked me. I don't know what it was. It was some sort of mold get rid of her. Don't know what it was, but we did that, sanded them down slightly, and brought them into the bathroom. They added so much patina. I've said other rooms are my favorite. This might be my favorite room in the house. It was sort of a low fence. I want to say it was like a 5-foot high fence. And so we didn't have the option of taking the wood all the way up. And so we got this little kind of area here, which is the perfect height for towels and hooks. So I love that. And then what was so cool about that also was it couldn't fit all the way across the ceiling. So we had to intersect it with this really cool piece running through. And when you stand this way, it kind of feels like this really cool, kind of like, I don't know, Christmas present or something. This is an old tramp art frame that we had mirrors set into. It really kind of adds some character. A little bit of patina in here. And then our shower. This is such an awesome spot. Dave's idea was to put a skylight in it, which I just love. And we have tile from my collection with Architecta. This is the potter's tile. And it's really gorgeous, massive square rain head showers. And then I'm opening the door. I don't exactly know where it started. This used to be the bathroom. So there were no windows in the bathroom. And so I don't really want to show you my closet. I didn't really clean up too much, but there's our closet. Most of it's mine. A little portion of it's Dave's. And yeah, it just works out really well. This is a very functional house. We did pendants with cloth cords flanking the vanity here, and that just keeps it really clean and simple on the wall. And I love having that little bit of, like, I don't know, something special in here. So come on to, look at all these dogs. They have a really tough life. Hello everybody. Hanging out. All right, now I'm gonna take you to the other side of the house. This is our office. I have done homework in here before. Dogs are just following us around all day today. So mostly Dave uses this office. I'm usually at the dining room table when I work from home. But it's great too, again, it's got those views. And we just put in new windows in here into the existing windows, spaces. And we've got windows here overlooking the foyer, which is kind of cool. And this was the wall here. So we put the door in, and then you can come over to the other side of the house. Hello, sir, which our two sons are in, and they share a bedroom. It's another primary suite, really great guest suite or in-law type suite. And they have got their two beds here. And they have a bathroom in here. I'll just take it in there. Here's their bathroom. It's kind of tiny. Added a little transom window to get some light in here. And there's your cameraman. Bought these two little iron beds. They were super inexpensive. What were they, like $200 something? Something crazy. Two little iron beds. And I wanted to put a little bit of that horsey vibe in here, so I found these little horse prints at these plaid little coverlets for the bed. It really didn't take much to pull this room together. We used old dressers here that were part of old beds from one of our old houses. So we got this really nice, like long, low dresser situation that just fit perfectly here. So when we put those extra windows in, it really allowed for pretty views in here to be able to look in and see outside to the backyard. So that made a huge difference. This was a much darker space when we first got it, but it's just huge. We just opened it up and kids love it. I will take you on down to the library. Hey, Bonnie. Okay, this is our library. I love, love, love hanging out in here. Probably mostly hang out in here in the weekends, which is probably why I love this room so much. But we have this really cool old Drexel Heritage table that we got. We use it as a game table, put like charcuterie and food out, and just open up the doors to the backyard here. We did bookcases from IKEA, and they still do not house all of our books. We have a lot of books, so we have a ton of bookshelves downstairs as well. But I like one day I just need to give you a tour of my bookshelves, but I love having my books organized and out in a main space of the house. We do refer to our stuff a lot, especially right now as we're like planting gardens and working on interiors for our own house. So it's really nice to kind of have everything organized and where it belongs. I will show you this fun little bar here. We have a little drink fridge. So we've got stuff for the kids, stuff for mom in here. And we had the cabinets made from the old wood from the fence also. So we had a little bit left over, and I think we forgot to order something, or we ordered something wrong, so we did this instead. And yeah, we just love it. It's a pretty little bar here, and great little spot. So yeah, we'll set food out here, and like drinks, and just hang out, and kids will run the sprinkler outside. It's just a good spot. And the artwork. You have probably seen that this has followed me through different houses, and the kids painted these pieces. One of my sons, Christian, started doing these little portraits when he was 6. Malene Berger is an artist, and he saw her work. We have a book about her on the coffee table, and he saw her work, and he's like, I want to do these. So he loves painting these, and then we've got the goose up there, we've got some finger painting. So yeah, we're always kind of adding to that collection, but it kind of felt like home when we finally put that up. I think it made the kids really happy. It looks like we need to make some more. We've got some extra wall. Yeah, so this is a good room. We have a lot of good times in here. All right, we are almost done with our tour. I'm gonna loop you back around to the foyer so you can see how the library connects. And then I'm gonna take you out to the front garden, which is one of my favorite spots. I literally just sit on the step and enjoy it because it's so pretty and there's so many butterflies. If I move quietly, they'll still be there. They're gone. Come on out. So we're kind of at the end of our tour here, but I'm going to show you what we call the butterfly garden. I love this place. You can see there's just so many good bees, bugs, butterflies, and I don't even know. There's this one bug I'm super obsessed with right now. I don't know what it's called, but I love them and they're adorable. Sort of orangey. Maybe someone knows. Fawn and I and the girls will often just sit here, like watch the butterflies and watch all the bees and just really be in our own little world. And I don't know, I didn't expect that out of a little front yard kind of walk-up garden. My goodness, look. It's just the cutest little froggy and these grasses. We started out with butterfly bushes in white, and then we did this little aster here. We've got some grasses, we've got fountain grass, we've got some sages in here. It really, really, really just took over. I don't know if you remember what was here originally. We pulled out the Nandina, pulled out a lot of the weeds, kind of have that prairie look going on, works with the kind of modern 70s vibe at the front of the house, and we're with it. Thank you so much for coming on this tour with me. It's been really fun to share the whole process of the house with you, and I hope you enjoyed. Money.